Buzzy, buzzy, bop, city bop. I ain't got nobody cares for.
Welcome back to another episode of the Smith Boys Podcast, brother. You got the Lions head on, brother. What did we just watch, brother? I cannot believe I just witnessed the bozity bop, skitty bop.
You're retarded. You're just straight up retarded. You dumbass.
This is David Lee Rockethead.
That was watching. Brother. The Detroit Football Lions are going to the NFC Championship game. For the right to go to the Super Bowl. If there was ever a bop moment, it is this moment right now. The Lions did it, brother, against all the naysayers. Now, when we went back to prior to the season, our preseason predictions, I had the Lions finishing 9-8.
Wrong.
You had them going 10-7.
Wrong.
Yeah, we were both wrong.
We were both wrong. They went 12-5.
Whatever.
They won the division going away, pretty much.
Going away.
Hosted 2 home games. One against the Matthew Stafford-led Los Angeles Rams.
God damn it, are you fucking with me?
They exorcised the demon of yesteryear of Matthew Stafford and his tenure and his hold on the fan base of this organization, the people that still gravitated for him and rooted for him. And
But later on, you're going to feel that you wish that you didn't do that, yeah.
and whatever. The Ford Field was electric that day. The Lions got a 1-point victory. They come in today, the divisional round of the playoffs, and they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in what was a damn good game.
This was a phenomenal game. I mean, this was back and forth.
Second half was much better.
I tell you, the second half was really, really good. I mean, that third quarter was really good because it was back and forth, and you could just feel the temperature rising in that stadium. Like you're sitting here watching this, and you're just like, okay, Detroit can't do nothing with it. Tampa Bay comes out at the end of the half, they do nothing with the ball. You know, Lions turn around, do nothing with it. Then Tampa does. I mean, this goes back and forth like the entire third quarter, and it just. You could just feel this coming, you know.
You could, because you're all in now. You're a Lions guy. Brothers up hooting and hollering when they went up 14, and St. Brown caught that touchdown. St. Brown caught that the back of the end zone. Brothers started cheering.
Boom! Fucking boom!
And Brothers like, I'm all in now. God damn it, I'm all in now. I'm a Lions fan. Why not us? Why not us? He's screaming.
I'm the man up in this piece. I run shit here. You just live here. Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Well,
part of it's just because we don't want the Niners to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want San Francisco. I have no interest in watching them go. I mean, if the Lions are one game away from the Super Bowl, I mean, yeah, why not us? I mean, why not the Lions? That was a hell of a play by St. Brown, a hell of a route. What a great throw by Goff. I mean, Goff was on all day long. The running game is a little bit of a concern. I mean, if you were going to take one criticism away, it's like you didn't run the ball worth shit.
Gibbs is the better running back.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Gibbs broke that one for the touchdown. It was like a 30-yarder for a touchdown. He had a couple, key runs.
But over the course of the day, it was a tough day.
Well, Tampa's good defense. I mean, Tampa's a good team. They got
Levante David was everywhere.
Vita Vea and the D line is like best defense tackle in the league. I mean, he's a freak. Tampa ended up being a pretty good team,
Yeah.
Early on in the season, they were pretty.
Baker's a free agent. You would assume they would want to re-sign Baker.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, you got to re-sign Baker.
Because you could probably re-sign him relatively cheap. I mean, I can't imagine. They ain't going to pay him $50 million like the Lions are going to be paying Jared Goff.
A mega pint.
Yeah.
But this was an exciting game as a bystander that, didn't have a ton of rooting interest in it. I was entertained by this game.
Of all the Lions games, and this is this is going to sound probably hyperbolic in the moment. And I know that this comment might sound hyperbolic in the moment.
Now we go to school.
But of all the Lions games I've ever watched, I'm going to fair to say that was probably the best I've ever watched. Best Lions game I ever watched was that one right there.
Like the best, just most entertained you've been for a game?
Yeah, like the most, like the game meant something. The game meant a lot.
The Stafford game last week was the Stafford game against the Rams.
That was really good, but this game I thought just was a better game, like better football game. Like I really felt it was a much better football game. And I think it was the best one of the Lions I've ever seen. I'm going to go that far with it. So on to San Francisco, brother.
Keep it up, I'm a nigga.
So you would imagine this is going to be the late game next weekend. They do them Sunday, right? Or do they do them Saturday?
I don't know.
Is it Saturday, Sunday?
I'm not sure what they'll do.
Let's see if it's on here. I would love if it was Saturday, Sunday, and the Lions are Saturday. So they don't even have the schedule yet.
All right, but if you want to get into the breakdown of what we can expect against the Niners game, let's start off just very basic here. Do the Lions, with all the fanfare and the love that the Niners have gotten this season long, the Niners have seemed to be built up as like this monolith where people seem to think like the Niners are head and shoulders above everybody else in the league.
Yeah, that is
that's the narrative.
Yeah, it's the narrative.
Do the Lions have a shot?
For sure. Absolutely. They got at minimum a 40% shot, as much as I would say a little less than 50%. So they got a 10% range there in my mind. They can go out there immediately, they got a 40% shot.
Yeah.
Depending on what the weather's like. I mean, if it's a sloppy game, a weather game, I mean, last weekend it was rainy. It's been raining in California all winter long so far. So does that parlay into next week? Who knows? I mean, that could change just the whole tone of the game, the weather. But Green Bay went into San Francisco and had the lead late in that game and kind of pissed it away. So the Lions, to me, have just as good a shot, if not a better shot, than Green Bay going into San Francisco and winning that. If last week against this week against Green Bay has any indication, if you're going to make any assumptions about this past weekend going into next weekend, you would say the Lions have a damn good shot.
Yeah, I don't think the Niners are like some unbeatable team. I mean, the Niners.
Do you trust Brock Purdy?
No,
he's a little rat.
Tall, queer, handsome as ever.
I mean, the Niners. They went 13-4, I think. The Lions went 12-5, so it's not like the Niners went 13-4.
Well, they did lose 3 in a row. They lost 3 in a row. They lost to Cleveland on the road, or I think it was on the road. And they ended up losing 3 in a row. I think Jacksonville was in there.
I think they went 13-4, and the Lions went 12-5. But the Lions really should have went 13-4 because they got screwed against the Cowboys. Sure. So when you're breaking it down, it's like, I mean, it's not like the Niners had some amazing record and the Lions were like 9-8 and squeaked into the playoffs. The Lions are a damn good team. I think the Lions are every bit as good as the Niners are. I know Brock Purdy's getting a lot of love and like some MVP consideration, but I mean, he's surrounded by so much talent. If I'm just looking quarterback edge, I think I would choose Goff.
I would choose Goff, yeah.
Here's what
scares me. Here's what scares me is Niners defensive line, Bosa, Niners defense in general with Warner, Kinlaw. Going up against, you got Penei Sewell, you got Decker. This is going to be a big matchup.
Ragnow got hurt. Jonah Jackson got hurt. Ragnow came back and played, but it looked like he's going to be. I'm sure he'll play next week too, but he's going to be banged up.
When the Lions have the ball, it's really going to be in that trenches. I mean, can they protect Goff enough? I mean, he threw the ball 40 times today. Is he going to line up and throw the ball 40 times? Is that the game plan, to throw 40 times against San Francisco, against that defense and against that pass rush? I don't know if that's a good game plan.
But this is what's unique about the Lions and what makes them so good is they can win the game by relying on Goff to throw it 40 times, and they can also win games with Goff throwing it 20 times and the Lions running it 30 times. You
Yeah,
know?
they
Like,
got two backs that can carry the load.
They're
for
not.
sure.
They're not one dimensional. They're not a one dimensional team.
No.
Like the Lions can do it offensively many different ways, and they don't have to just target St. Brown. They don't have to just target Laporta. They don't have to just target anybody.
Yeah.
They can get the ball to Laporta. Laporta had like a nice second quarter there where he got targeted like 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
You know, and then St. Brown was the guy, and then Josh Reynolds was the guy, and it's like, you know, and then Gibbs was the guy in the passing game. Like they've got guys that they can spread the ball around to. And Montgomery, I mean, you know, he doesn't get a ton of love in the passing game, but he gets his carries, he gets his touches, and I think I don't know, 40% is pretty good. I mean, I would go as far as to say this game is coin flip for me. Niners Lions. I think the
Niners will for sure be favored, probably by 3.5.
I think the
4
Lions.
points.
I think the Lions are good enough this year to make this 50-50. Make this a 50-50 shot of winning this game to me. I have full faith in believing that they are good enough to beat anybody.
They are good enough to beat anybody. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
I mean, I'm talking beat the Ravens, beat the Chiefs, beat the Bills. Like
it
could
be
beat
a
anybody.
Lions-Ravens rematch. I mean, you know, that would be justice, poetic justice right there.
What fears me, and we talked about this before the pod when we jumped on here, what scares me, though, is Aaron Glenn and the Lions
defense. Yeah. We were talking about this earlier in this game.
Secondary's terrible. Cam Sutton is the worst player on the field at any given moment when he's on the field.
Remember the one play they had Hutch lined up on Godwin?
Yeah.
They had Hutch lined up on the outside at the bottom of the screen.
Covering a receiver.
And we were watching this, and I'm like, brother, what the hell are they doing? What the
hell
hell
are they doing? There had to have been a miscommunication or something.
And then Godwin goes across the line of scrimmage.
Smokes everybody, catches it.
5-6 yards off line of scrimmage, goes right across, catches the ball, picks up a first down. I mean, it was just like, what in the world was that? It's just some of the play calls defensively, and then when the Tampa Bay scored the one touchdown, and I think the little pass play to White, the little dump off, and the Lions blitz down there at the goal line. It was like at the 10-yard, 12-yard line. Tampa Bay had the absolute perfect play call for the Lions defense. They knew exactly what was going to happen. Lions blitz right up the middle. Little dump off to the running back, boom, dude. Nobody touched him.
It was like they knew what the Lions were doing exactly.
It's just the Lions defense and Lions defensive play calling. It scares me.
What's amazing though is they continue to win these games, brother, and their defense is kind of at like a bend but not break entirely. They bend and they splinter quite a bit, and they start cracking, but they don't break entirely. You know, because the defense was holding their own in this game until they went up 14, and then Tampa got the ball back the second to last time. They went right down the field and torched the Lions secondary. Bang, bang, boom, pow. Scored the touchdown and went for the 2-point conversion and didn't get it. On that drive, they just torched the Lions down the field. And then they ended up getting the ball back, and they get the interception, and they end up winning the game. But that's what scares me is their secondary is awful. To me, C.J. Gardner-Johnson has not been very good.
He had the interception, but it was Johnny on the spot.
Cam Sutton is the worst player on the field at any given moment he's out there. Melvin Fonwu is all right. He's pretty good. He's stepped up. He's been playing better. Yeah. Kirby Joseph, to me, he's all right. He's a Johnny on the spot kind of guy. Yeah. He gets interceptions here or there, but it's kind of like off a tip pass and
Cam Sutton really got exposed today. I mean, they were targeting Mike Evans, and they were therefore targeting Cam Sutton.
Well, he's been getting exposed going back 4 or 5 weeks to the first time they played the Vikings, and Justin Jefferson fried his ass like a chicken.
Bro's
and then who did they play after the Vikings? They played Dallas, and CD Lamb fried his ass like a chicken, and then they played the Vikings again.
Vildor got fried.
Then they played the Vikings again, and Justin Jefferson fried his ass like a chicken again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the playoff game came up against the Rams, and Puka Nacua fried his ass like a chicken. And now Mike Evans fried his ass like a chicken.
Okay, well. They still won the game, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm just saying that they scare me, because now you got to go up against George Kittle, Deebo Samuel. I mean, the Niners got guys. Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield.
The defense scares me. I just think that the secondary is a problem, and Aaron Glenn's coverages and sometimes his defensive play calls, I'm telling you, they just get scorched once in a while, and it's like, I don't know why he's up for a head coaching job. I just don't get it. I would not hire him as a head coach. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I watch his defense every week. And I say every week, like, oh man, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Brother always wants to make it a thing, like, right, I want to fire Aaron Glenn. It's like, not that I want to fire him, but it's like, I just don't get the love.
What scares me, too, about the defense is unless they're blitzing, they generate no pressure on the quarterback with just a four-man rush.
If they do a four-man rush, they get no pressure.
No pressure. Aiden Hutchinson gets his sacks here or there, but it's always when he either is unblocked and gets a free shot, or when the play kind of breaks down and it's like a 6-second scramble by the quarterback, jugging through a bunch of crap in the backfield, and then Hutch kind of peels off and gets a late sack. It's never like Hutch just bulldozes or swim moves and rips by somebody and gets pressure.
No,
it's always like a broken pocket kind of play where he kind of scrambles out to the outside when someone else maybe generates pressure and the quarterback scrambles out and Hutch is on the opposite side and kind of breaks away and gets a sack or something.
So he's like
that.
Dano at a blue chest. You know?
Scrambling for some loot.
Yeah. Trying to take my purple SMG, my purple
Fortnite.
auto, my purple Frenzy auto shotgun.
Little Fortnite reference.
Oh my God. Do you hear that, Lord?
So they got to get that's and going against the Niners is going to be very tough because the Niners got a really good offensive line, and Brock Purdy is pretty good at getting rid of the ball pretty quickly. So they have got. I'm not even going to expect it. I mean, they've got to generate pressure with a four-man rush, but it's just I don't see it happening. That's why they have to blitz, and when they do blitz, a lot of times they still don't get pressure.
Do you think Debo plays? Debo Samuels is out, shoulder injury.
I would imagine he'll play to some capacity, whether it's a full participant in the game, targeted 12 times, probably not, but I would imagine he would play a little
Niners
bit.
defense is really good, and I think that's really where this game is going to be won or lost. I think 49ers, offensively, I think the Lions will trip them up and maybe get a turnover somewhere or another. But the Niners defense, though, against the Lions offense is really where, to me, this game is going to be won or lost. Because can the Lions move the ball enough and put enough points on the board? Because the Niners are going to be able to really, I think, own the Lions' defense overall. Over the course of the game, I think the Niners' offense will win that battle.
No, there's a small problem with this game where, it's a small thing to point out, but I think it matters, especially when it comes to Goff and the Lions, is it's going to be an outdoor game. It's going to be cold. And Goff is notorious for not playing well outdoors.
That's true.
In the cold. He's got little hands, trying to grip the cold ball in the cold like that.
It would be in San Francisco.
San Francisco gets pretty cold, brother. Northern California, on the Bay, I bet you it's damn 40 degrees. I bet you.
Okay, maybe.
And Goff is notorious, like I said, for not playing well outside,
That's
especially
true.
in conditions like that.
That's true.
So I feel like the Lions are going to have to be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
I feel like Montgomery and Gibbs are going to have to get involved early and often. They're going to have to average, 4.5, 4.7 yards a carry, something like that. They're going to have to target them in the passing game, lots of screens, bubble screens, stuff to get Goff to get the ball out quick. I don't think...
Is Gibbs the star of this game?
The Niners game or the game we just watched?
No, the game of the Niners. The Niners game.
I
mean, you could argue he had some star appeal in this game, but...
Yeah, I mean, I would think Gibbs and Montgomery, I think it's going to be 1A, 1B. I think they're both going to share equal amount of touches. I think they're both going to be stars.
They need Montgomery to probably rush for no less than 80 yards.
Montgomery seems like he's been kind of quiet the last 5 weeks or so, going back to the regular
I'm going to say
season.
he needs to rush for 80, 90 yards. I don't know if 100, but
I'd say Gibbs
yards.
needs to do the same.
Yeah.
And then Gibbs needs to have like 50 yards receiving, and Montgomery needs to have like 30 yards receiving.
Yeah.
And I think Laporta will be a target in that game too, more so than St. Brown. I think it'll be kind of a Laporta, Gibbs, and Montgomery show on
Josh
offense.
Reynolds has always
He's emerged.
he's always been a steady guy. And
Good red zone target.
Good red zone target, big guy. So,
does J-Mo break out? J-Mo's been quiet for 5-6 weeks. Does J-Mo do anything in that game? Speed kills.
I don't know. I mean, they went one deep ball to him earlier today, and it was overthrown.
He had a couple catches.
He had a couple of catches, though. But I don't know. I mean, as far as next week, they probably should take a shot or two, in that game with J-Mo, just to kind of keep the defense thinking that could be an option.
Because I feel like they've kind of been hiding that.
Yeah,
the last 4 or 5 weeks.
It's very 20 yards in.
Like, they haven't targeted J-Mo much deep. Maybe once a game here or there.
Yeah.
The
They
last
don't
few
really
weeks, but
stretch the ball really 20 yards and beyond. It's 20 yards and in.
I'm intrigued, though, brother. I know you said you're all in. I'm not all in yet. I don't think I can ever be
Getting
all
to
in.
the title game was it for me.
That was it for you?
Yeah.
Getting into the NFC title game made you a Lions fan.
Well, it just made me, I guess, a fan, a believer of this team. I'm in. I'm excited. I want to see what they do next week. I'm all in for this next week.
You can get you a Lions jersey?
I got my sweatshirt.
Get you a Goof jersey?
That's good enough.
Honolulu and blue?
I like that. This is my sweatshirt. I wear it.
Got my Lions hat. I got a Lions hoodie too. I'll have to wear that next week. I can't believe we're here, brother. I never thought I'd hear the day.
I wish you could find that reference.
Never thought I'd hear the day that the Lions would make the NFC title game.
I am amazed. I'm shocked, brother.
And I think
I can't believe we're here.
A legitimate chance.
Yeah.
To go to the Super Bowl, brother.
Yeah.
Legitimate chance to go to the Super Bowl.
And then you look at who's in the AFC, okay? You would assume Baltimore is the best team. But, yeah, you got smoked by Baltimore earlier. But I don't think that game happens again.
Well, it won't be in Baltimore.
No, it won't. But I don't think that gets 38-6.
It'll be indoors. It'll be indoors. Super Bowl will be indoors. It's in Vegas. I think that's going to favor the Lions.
I just don't see anybody beating Baltimore out of the AFC.
I don't know. Buffalo's been pretty hot.
Well, we're about to find out how hot.
I want nothing more than for Buffalo to eliminate the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs.
Is Taylor at this game?
I don't.
Swift at this game?
Couldn't give a shit less. I want the Bills to win just to eliminate her ass from being on my television for the rest of the season.
Oh,
if I gotta
the
watch,
NFL wants her at the Super Bowl.
If I got to see her at the Super Bowl in the press box, jumping and cheering and all this stuff around for the Super Bowl, then that's going to be the story of the game is Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl with Kelsey. And
see, they always say that the Super Bowl logo is a prelude to who's going to
be.
So it's Ravens-Niners.
Ravens-Niners is what, I've seen that too, that little conspiracy theory stuff. And that is believable because they are the two best teams. They're the 2 1 seeds. So, I mean, it makes sense, but I'm intrigued, brother. I'm intrigued. I'm not all in like you are, but I'm rooting for him. Sure as shit, I'm rooting for him. It's bozdity bop, man. Skitty bop.
I tell you, it's been a fun ride these last 2 weekends, and I'm looking forward to next week even more. I think it puts everybody in a really joyful mood. I think everyone is genuinely like they look at this and like, goddamn, Lions are still playing football.
People are high-fiving at gas stations and stuff when they see the Lions there.
Yeah, I mean, we went to church today. Everybody's wearing Lions stuff. Everyone's wearing.
Wearing a Stafford jersey.
I saw a guy wearing a Stafford jersey, and I just thought,
what a loser.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you need to get a Goof jersey. You know, I mean,
like St. Brown, Hutch.
Yeah, come on, man.
Branch, Gibbs, Ragnow.
I thought that was a sacrilege.
Campbell, get a Campbell Lions jersey.
You could.
What was he, 87, 89?
He was 89. So I'm excited. I'm all in. I want to see what this team does next week, and I'm rooting for them big time, man. I'm pulling for them big time. The chance to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, this has been 30 years since they played in the NFC title game against Washington and got their ass kicked.
I was like 6 or 7 years old, so it's like it wasn't even a thing to me. Like I wouldn't, when you're that young, like you're not even, you play sports at recess and stuff, but like you don't come home and like watch the games and remember things. So it's like this is like the first time in my lifetime I've seen them make it this far.
Yeah, I mean, you were 10, 12, something like that. I think it was 12.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're so young to a point like it doesn't even really register.
Yeah.
You
think like, okay, at that age, it's like, yeah, it's not that long. Okay, you're going to be back here every other year or whatever, let alone you think 30, 31 years or whatever.
Nah.
No. I mean, I'm telling you what.
If the game's on a Sunday night, brother, they might take Monday off work or something. It's a Sunday night game.
They wouldn't do that, would they?
Sunday night game?
I would.
It could be Sunday midday, like Sunday 3 o'clock or something.
Yeah, like they're doing these games.
Yeah, it could be 6 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, I might take Monday off anyway, just for the hell of it.
I could because I don't have any meetings. I don't think at Monday.
Oh boy, brother hates Mondays.
Oh, despise them. Case of the Mondays.
Can't stand them. Can't stand you.
Trying to be more positive.
So like and comment down below. Give us your takes on the game, brother. Who wins? What score you got? Niners, Lions.
Oh, man. I hadn't even looked at any of it yet.
Well, this is knee-jerk reaction here.
Well, I'm going to go with the Lions. I'm going to go with the Lions winning the game because I want that to happen. I don't give a shit about what do I think? You know, I would imagine Niners are going to be favored probably by 4.5, something like that. I just think, you know, the game is really going to be won or lost in how the Lions can move the ball against the Niners defense, because I think the Niners are going to, you know, have their way a little bit with the Lions defense. Like, they're going to probably put up 20-some points. Can the Lions put up enough points to combat that? You know, like, that's the trick to me. You know, I don't know. That's the big question, because the Niners defense is a hell of a lot better than the Lions defense.
So you got Lions winning. Enough pontificating. What's the score?
This could be like 28-27, something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's going to be last-second shit.
See, I'm a realist. Even though I want the Lions to win, I'm not going to pick them to win just because I want them to win. I don't think they win. I think they can win.
I know.
I do think they can win. I'm not saying they don't have a shot. I want to say it's 50-50-ish, 55-45.
I know.
55 Niners, 45 Lions. I think it's right there, but I don't think they get the job done. One, because I think the NFL probably wants the Niners to go. Two, because it's just, they're the Lions, you know? And I just can't.
Lions in the Super Bowl would be huge. That would be huge.
And I do just think the Niners
More
are the
people would
better.
watch.
I do just think the Niners are the better team. They have the better roster. They got more talent. Probably got the better coach. So I got the Niners winning, but I think it's going to be cold. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I got the Niners winning 27-20.
That's not bad. What do you think of my 28-27?
Lions winning 28-27.
Maybe it's 27-20, maybe it's 27-21. You know, something like that.
I don't hate it. I just don't think the Lions are going to win. I mean, I hope they do, obviously, but I don't know.
Lions score a touchdown late, kick extra point.
I know one thing.
Or maybe it's 27-20 and they get the 2-point conversion.
I know one thing as we wrap this up here. The Lions win that game. This town is going to go ape shit. I'm talking scorched earth, burnt to the ground if they win this game.
Yeah.
What's worse is if they lose the game due to some shenanigans, officiating shenanigans.
I thought the officials in this game were not really that involved in it.
No,
they played a role, but not a really major role, not a significant role in the
no
game.
Issues with the officiating in this game.
They called a fair game. And
now, if the Lions lose to the Niners
next week, and we're good.
Lions lose to the Niners next week on some type of blown call. All hell's gonna break loose.
For sure, but I ain't gonna go that far with it. But the fans this week leading up to next week, everybody's going to be in a good mood, waiting for the weekend.
Thought the fans were better last week for the Rams game.
I thought so too. I really did. But I think that had a lot to do with just Stafford, just exercising those demons.
Yeah, for sure. It was a Stafford thing, you know.
Stafford.
All right, brother. Well, cheers to the Lions making the NFC title game.
Definitely cheers to the Lions, man.
And we will be back here next week for a post-game recap of either a Lions victory or it'll be a post-game recap with a season recap of the Lions season if they lose.
We'll have to do...
And then we'll have to do a Super Bowl show,
Super Bowl preview.
To see...
Man, could you imagine doing a Super Bowl preview?
With the Lions in it?
I can't wait.
I think Kismet would be Lions, Chiefs, Super Bowl, because the last game of the season would be the same as the very first game of the season.
Yeah, you said that last night. I thought that was pretty good.
I don't want that because I do not want the Chiefs there at all. I would like to see Bills-Lions.
Bills-Lions would be
because you would have two fan bases that have been kicked in the balls for decades.
And one of them's going to win a Super Bowl.
And one of them is going to come out happy winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd be good with that one.
And also it would be Kismet and entertain me because it was like months ago where Mike Valeni on 97.9 said the Bills had no shot. The Bills are dead. They got no shot of making the playoffs or winning a Super Bowl because all their best players are dead, he said. Quote.
What was that?
Tre'Davious White and Milano, their players are hurt, and the Bills have no shot.
What was that you said yesterday, talking in finite terms?
Absolutes.
Absolutes.
Dealing in
yeah.
absolutes.
Yeah, we were trying to come up with that.
That was the word.
That
yeah.
was the word. Dealing in absolutes. Yeah.
He deals in absolutes.
Yeah. You can't.
No.
Everything.
You know how much of a dumbass you look like now when you said the Bills are dead and they have no shot of making the Super Bowl. Here they are in the AFC divisional round game at home playing a depleted Chiefs team with a very good shot of making it to the AFC Championship.
I think the Bills are favored in this game.
And the Bills are hot. They're white hot right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Mike Valenti's just a blowhard asshole anyway.
Well,
He's often wrong. So, it's just the way she
get that
goes.
out of your system.
It's the way she goes.
Cut that promo.
The way she goes.
Yeah, it's the way she goes.
I'm gonna baby the zebra the bop. Bows the bop.
Oh,
Skitty
man.
bop. All right, let's play some Fortnite, brother.
All right.
Till then, Smith Boys, out.
See ya.
I'm a baby, let's see, bop.